Oh, hi, this is Srini Daddy again. June 23rd, Saturday in the afternoon. Hey, some of you have asked some questions on difference between Bitcoin and Ethereum and which is better than the other. So I thought I'll clarify that to the best of my knowledge. So both Ethereum and Bitcoin, they both serve different purpose and are valued differently. So let me explain the difference between the two. So the Bitcoin has been in the industry for a long time, close to, I would say, 8 to 10 years, and has seen a gradual growth and adoption rate. It has its own challenges, being the first Bitcoin in the cryptocurrency. Uh, it's basically a ledger-driven system built on blockchain. A blockchain is basically a computer-generated algorithmic number that assigns uh, a value or an address, and it is the reference of the transaction that happened. Okay, Bitcoin is capped at 21 million coins. Okay, so there is a cap, and I think it's reached the 80% or so. Its cap. Every one of those transactions that happened to that Bitcoin, um, the number I talked about, the 20 plus million coins. Again, a coin doesn't have to be uh, a full number. Okay, right now it's difficult to buy a full coin unless you're extremely rich, because a coin is trading at close to $3,000 in terms of US dollars. The coin will vary depending on different currencies across the world, but it's pretty big number to buy one coin. So a lot of folks, you can buy Bitcoin worth $10. You can buy Bitcoin worth $100. So the cumulative of all these Bitcoins is capped at 21 million. Okay, and that number will reach pretty soon, and they're looking at extending that, and that's what I talked about in the previous video calling SegWit and BIP 148. They're looking at forking it to and again, that's a pretty complicated subject. I don't want to confuse you guys now, but be aware of that. It's so currently there's a cap, and they're looking at upping the cap. Uh, so again, Bitcoin is basically a general ledger of the incremental values of where those coins are getting traded, and who has the address. So if you bought any Bitcoins and you still hold them, you should have a key to that address that you hold those Bitcoins. Okay, and you save them in something called wallet, a digital wallet. If you are on Coinbase provides you a wallet, but remember, Coinbase is an exchange, not necessarily a wallet. Okay, it does provide wallet features, but it's more of an exchange. So you may want to also consider opening a wallet, and it could be a private paper-based wallet. It could be a digital wallet. I'll cover the wallet separately. So that's kind of what's going on with Bitcoin. Ethereum, on the other hand, is similar to Bitcoin in a way, because it uses the same blockchain technology. Okay, blockchain being the ledger to everything that gets transacted for that specific. I would call it coin. The coin for Ethereum is the digital coin is called Ether. Okay, Ethereum is the platform and Ether is the coin. I don't. I'm trying to be a little more technical. So when you talk about Ethereum, it is the technology. The technology is Ethereum, and the coin is the trade is done in something called ethers. The difference, again, Ether has been in the market now for, I think, about 3 years now, and it's relatively picked up a lot this year. In the last, I would say, in the last 3-4 months. Okay, and I've been dabbling with this for the last 3 months, and I've seen the uh, uptake on ethers in the last 3 months. I've been, I would say, trading or investing or learning more about it. So the Ethereum is relatively new, and it has some extremely nice features uh, that the banking industry is using. Okay, and it has a lot more values beyond the banking, and I'll explain what I mean by that. Ethereum is a platform, an IT-based platform built on digital, distributed, decentralized computers. Okay, you hear some terms like mining. Miners are basically private computer, I would say, consumers who allow their computing resources to hold the Ethereum or the Bitcoin. Okay, the miners are basically giving the computer resources. They invest a lot on the fastest chips, or the fastest, I would say, video cards and all that. So uh, the Bitcoin, the Litecoin, the Ethereum, they get them, um, uh, those coins in trade for their computing power. Okay, which is called mining. So back to Ethereum. So Ethereum is a technology, a new technology. In addition to the ledger, the blockchain ledger, it also has something called smart contracts. Smart contracts are basically, it keeps track of the transactions of who's buying what and who holds what in terms of those cryptic addresses, the digital addresses that the holders of Ethereum have. In addition, it also is conditional based. Uh, so it is having some additional algorithm that can keep track of the date you bought or the date you can sell it, under what conditions. So that's what some smart contract means. So because of this feature of smart contracts, the conditional based algorithm, Ethereum is becoming extremely popular in the finance industry, and in the real estate, and in the banking, and wherever you can use that algorithm of the value, the date, the condition, and who holds what. So I can see that in the properties or the land transactions, or property transactions, or banking transactions uh, in the future. So it has a higher potential. That's one of the reasons the Ethereum is growing pretty significant in the last 3 months. It was around $10 and now it's close to $300, right? So 3,000% it has gone up. The reasoning is the corporations, the larger corporations, the financial institutions have acknowledged that this new platform can be used and leveraged for more secure transactions, and they can eliminate a lot of red tapes or handoffs that are there in the current banking industry, or financial industry, or land and property. Okay, imagine uh, you have all the transactions, all the conditions securely at one spot, and the system is keeping track of it. You don't have to necessarily keep track of the lawyers or the bankers or all these administrative people to keep saying who did what and who held what. So that's the uh, advantage of Ethereum. Okay, it has a lot of future, um, from everything I have read. Uh, Bank of China, Bank of Japan, Barclays Bank. Uh, I'm thinking even some of the U.S. banks are closely working on projects that use Ethereum as a platform. So Ethereum is a platform. So when you're investing in Ethereum, you're investing in the platform, and Ethers are the coins that you use for trading within that platform. So when we buy Ethereum, and again Ethereum is there are two. It got forked. Uh, Fork means it got split. So there's Ethereum Classic and Ethereum. Okay, the Ethereum Classic is around $20. That was the old one, and Ethereum is the new one, um, which is around 270, 280, or whatever that now. No, right now it's around 315 or 320. So that's the difference. I know it was pretty long and way to explain, but I hope you now understand the difference between these. I'm talking more around the technology, not necessarily on I'm talking about the why, and not just about the what. Okay. Again, if you are new to this and you have not opened an account yet, use your Coinbase account. The link is below on my video. Get started. This is the future of investment and I would say digital transactions. Better to get know of this sooner than later. Invest and learn about this as this is the future before everything takes off. Okay. Thanks. Bye. Have a nice rest of your Saturday, and we'll talk to you soon.